Hello everyone, it's Roberto for another video review. This time we have the highly anticipated, well by me anyway, Maltesers Truffles. If you can see them there. Yeah, I never really heard of them till a few days ago, but someone just made an off-the-cuff remark in one of the comments about them existing, and I thought, well, you know. And as soon as I heard about them, I had a look at what they were, and I mean, well, look at them. I mean, you can see automatically what it seems to be is basically a cross between sort of the Malteser bars they do, or various limited edition. Well, I think they do them permanently now, I'm not sure, but those sort of creamy filled Malteser bars you get, sometimes shaped as like a bunny rabbit for Easter, called Maltesers. I think they're called something else at Christmas and things like this. And then also the sort of the lovely teaser bar they do, or the celebrations sort of a Malteser they do in the celebrations chocolate selection, which is like these crunchy bits and chocolate. So it's basically a hybrid of both of them. So you've got like two amazing chocolate bars in one here, and you know, wow, I'm super excited. And also the Malteser buttons they've done recently. I mean, I don't know what's going on really with Malteser, but they've just literally, you know, they've just produced some fantastic chocolates lately. I mean, I'm not too big a fan of regular Maltesers. Take or leave them, they're nice, but you know, I'm not too fussed. But the ones in the celebrations box are always some of the best. In fact, they're the best really, which are basically the bottom half. And the Malteser bars, I mean, I remember. One of my colleagues, we used to go, especially to the shops, to get them at Easter because they were the limited edition ones, and we loved them. You know, yeah, and this is basically combining them. But I mean, it's literally, you know, it's something that's been staring them in the face for perhaps ages since they did these, and someone had the bright idea to do it, and that person should be knighted, basically. I mean, just look at it, amazing, just amazing. So you get these nice selection, sort of like box of them. You can get a bigger one, I believe, but I've not seen that, or you know, this still looks big enough to me. So you can see they come in little individually wrapped chocolates. Yes, so it looks quite nice, I think you say. So I've got the reflection of the screen there. But yeah, I think they look very, yeah, the box is very nice. Nice presentation, I think. You can see that's what they basically look like in there. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's gorgeous, really. Yes. Something stuck on the side there. Yeah, it looks very well. Yeah, very really looking forward to these. And as I say, the only thing now that because they don't know what the Malteser buttons, which are basically the bottom half, I think I mentioned, in a button format, so like a chocolate button with these crispy bits in, which are amazing as well. Perfect idea. I mean, literally, they must have employed someone new at Malteser. Just thought, let's just, you know, we've got some amazing products here that people love, and what's new ideas that are really simple, but just really, you know, just new ways of presenting what we already do, really, in ways that actually enhance the taste, even though it's the same as what we've already done. And they've come up with this, and the Malteser buttons, which I do have a pack here. I've done a review of these as well, so feel free to look at them. But you can see it's basically the bottom half of it in a button format. Yeah, so you can see there the crispy bits, the crispy bit at the bottom there. So yeah, yeah, just I mean, I don't know who, you know, they've obviously got someone in who's just, I don't know, maybe they've got like a new work experience kid or something who's just come up with all this stuff. I don't know, but whoever it is, you know, they really have. I mean, you know, all of a sudden they've just come out with lots of lovely things. The only thing they need to do now is white chocolate versions. I think people would be very happy with. But you know, I assume white chocolate isn't as popular as milk chocolate, even though a lot of people crave it and like it. Yeah, so yeah, I've just seen at the bottom actually these, just because it was upside down. So as cute as a button there, I thought I'd just mention that. I quite like that. I like little things like that. So I don't know if I mentioned that in my review of those. Yeah, very nice. Nothing really on here. But it's just a little thing. So we've got first a little rustle, and it's all about the truffle. And then we've got fancy on the outside, it says there. So it might say something underneath. Something on the inside. It says, ooh, truffle in paradise. It says trouble in paradise. And it's got the slogan here, creamy, crunchy, truffly. It used to be in the celebrations box, there was Dove truffle, or well, not Dove, well, it was Dove in Europe, but in the UK it was the Galaxy truffle, and they've took them out now. And I think that was possibly very similar to this, the truffle sensor, but yeah, I don't know why they took them out either. It says they're looking for truffle as well, so basically they're just replacing the word trouble with truffle, as much as they can, it seems. So yeah, really nice. So it's a nice little box. Looks really nice. Underneath, what does it say? Milk chocolate with a malt filling, 90%, chocolate filling, 90%, and honeycombed pieces. And honeycomb pieces, 3.4%. Yes, there we go. So milk chocolate with malt filling, chocolate filling, and honeycomb pieces. So it's got here per 18 grams. So portions per pack 11, portion size 18 grams. So it's a 200 gram bar, 200 gram box. So yes, it's just roughly, well, I don't quite know how that works. If it's 200 grams, then it's 11 portions, and each portion is 18. Well, yeah, I guess it's just under 200, isn't it? Yes, it does work slightly. It's 198 grams of the 200 of the product. It was quite good. It's quite accurate. It doesn't normally tell you. You have to work these out usually, but it doesn't this time. So per portion, it's 102 calories, 6.4 grams of fat, 3.6 of which are saturates. So we'll find out how many is a portion in a minute. Okay, so let's give it an open, I think. Let's see. So it could open a bit better. Yes, there you go. So it says fancy on the outside, and we've opened it. It says truffly on the inside there. So there we go. There we go. Yes, I might have slightly ruined it. I think they're meant to. Not sure how it's meant to close, reseal or whatever. I don't know. Not sure. I don't think this will reseal anyway. I don't know. No idea. It's got like a reseal thing here, but I can't see. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it kind of you can reseal it by doing that, I guess. I don't know why you'd want to reseal it because they're all individually wrapped. But there you go. You can reseal it like that. But they're all individually wrapped, so why you'd bother? I don't know. So let's get them all out. There's quite a lot in there. No special text at the bottom, just empty. So it says 11 portions, so let's see how many there are here. 5 there, 10, 15. I think that's 22, I think, so. Yes, so 10, 20, 22. So there's 22 of them. Yes, there we go. So let's get rid of a few of these. It's a bit busy with all of these on here. Just keep a couple of them back. You get quite a lot. 22 is not bad. I think you get enough of them. Yes, there we go. We've got 3 of them here. So here's what they individually look like. So it's got that circle theme still going on, which looks nice. Like that, yeah. Quite good. Doesn't say anything on it. So let's give it an open. Give it a twist. So it's quite nice foil wrapping in the centre. Looks like a foil wrapper. It's got this other individual wrapper as well, so another foil wrapper. So they're very well wrapped. And you can see there it's got the sort of circly dome. That's quite interesting, isn't it? Like obviously flat at the bottom. These sort of spheres, these circles. It's quite nice, that, doesn't it? I mean, it's a nice shape. Yeah, it's hard to measure really, but I'll measure at the bottom. The diameter is roughly 2.7 centimetres. Height-wise, roughly 3 centimetres. 2 centimetres, sorry. That's quite good. So let's give it a cut in half. Okay. Okay, not quite what I was expecting based on the front of the box. I don't think they'd go too far wrong with how it looks, but if you look at that, yeah, it's not as tall as it is on the front, is it? I mean, you know, it's well, I think it's the bottom half just doesn't go down as far, does it? So you can see the crunchy bit, it's just not quite as seems to be the truffle part seems to be probably well represented, but the yeah, it's just not as tall. I don't think it looks like it's taller on there. Yeah, so I'm sure they're still the same, but the it doesn't quite add up. And here the other side gets separated from the top there, so it doesn't quite look as picturesque as they make it out to be. Let's give it a cut down the centre. Yeah, so again, yeah, you can see there the bottom bit doesn't quite. So it seems to tether away there, and it's been too much more trouble than anything else. Let's try another one, just see if that was a random. If that was a bit of bad luck. Let's see if the other one, if another one is a bit better proportioned. Obviously can't cut them all up. Well, I mean, there's more crunchy bits looking like there, doesn't there? But if you look at the other half, not so much. So I think this is a bit random. Just falling apart. Yeah, so not as much crunch, I think. There's more truffle than anything else, it looks like. There's slightly a bit, not too bad in this one. Yeah, okay, let's just try one more. For what it's worth. Yeah, so again, not too bad, but yeah, definitely not quite what you're expecting based on what's on the front of the box. Let's face it. But I'm sure it's probably, you know, the appearance-wise probably does it a disservice, really. But yeah, definitely not quite living up to what it looks like there. Okay, I think the important bit is the tasting. So let's lift myself up. Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Let's give it a taste, shall we? Yeah. So yeah, let's give it a go. Looking forward to these. I think, even though despite the fact that it doesn't look like you'd expect inside, it looks like they're sort of being a bit stingy on the biscuity parts. But I think that's really probably. Well, we'll see. We'll see if it's represented in the taste. Let's give it a go. Wow. Well, yeah, it's very. I'm going to try a new one. It's not been before. It's very much the Malteser taste, you know, that sort of truffly. The truffle is very much the prominent taste. Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's very nice actually. It's really nice. It's very truffly though. The prominent taste is the truffle. You do get a bit of crunch at the bottom. This is really nice. It does marry the two flavours together really well. Just perhaps a bit too much truffle. As feared, really, from looking at the cross sections. Needs to have more of the crunchy biscuit bit, and I think that's but you know, the truffle's a really nice part of it, and the Malteser bars are lovely. You know, if you like those, but you know what to expect. But I think it's just a bit too much truffle. Yeah, the ratio should be half and half. I think, like it's portrayed on the box. It should be like that. It should be more of the crunchy part of it, more of the sort of celebrations Malteser part. Yeah, there's just not enough truffle there. They are really, really nice. And the truffle, there's not enough biscuit, crunchy Malteser parts there. The truffle is really, really nice. It's just as you expect it to be, really. It tastes very much like the Malteser bar, you know. And then you've got a bit of the crunch at the bottom, which is the, as I say, the sort of celebrations or the teaser bar, sort of Malteser sort of part of it, which is really nice. But it's just not enough of that. It's just too much truffle, not enough crunch. You just needed a bit more of the ratio, really. You just needed it to be sort of 1-to-1 rather than, you know, whatever it is. And the truffle's got quite a strong taste to it as well. So it does overpower it a bit, really. I'd say that might. Normally that wouldn't be a problem because you know, the truffle is so nice, and when you have the Malteser bars, that's what you want, really. But I think the truffle in there is a bit. I think the ratio is a bit less, you know, to the chocolate. And I think in this one there's quite a lot of truffle, and the ratio is a bit too high, really. But I do really like them. I think they are really gorgeous. I just think they've slightly got the ratios wrong, as I say. What's that I say? Just needed a bit more crunch. Just a bit too much truffle, I think. Maybe you even could have less than half. Maybe you needed more of the crunchy side. Because the truffle's got such a strong flavour. Maybe you needed even less of that, so maybe it needed to be, you know, 2/3 crunchy bit, 1/3 truffle. I think that's probably the ratio they should have had, really. Still really nice though. Good 4.5 out of 5. Really tasty. Really, you know, an amazing. You know, just what they should have done years ago. Well, unfortunately, the ratios are just not quite right. As I say, I think I'm not really sure exactly, but in my opinion, off the top of my head, based on what I've just tasted, 2/3 crunchy biscuit part, which is this bit, and 1/3 of the truffle. That's what they needed. And I think it would have been a lot better. Yeah. So as it stands, hard to say. I'm not sure. The buttons and the teaser bars possibly prefer them. Not sure really. I like the fact that the truffle's in this and it mixes with that sort of the buttons and the teaser bar taste. But I just think it's too much truffle. And I think it detracts from it rather than adds to it, you know. But they are called Maltesers Truffles. So, you know, there we go. So maybe that's the way it is. But I think for me, yeah, definitely should be a bit more prominent with the biscuits. So a bit less truffle. But then they would have to rebrand it probably because it wouldn't be enough truffle then. So yeah, difficult one. Yeah, hard one for them to go by, I think, you know. I think for me that's how they would taste better. And as I say, I don't know if they could do that because they branded them as Maltesers Truffles, so it'd be very difficult. But I do really like them. I just think there's too much truffle. The ratio is too high. I do like the truffle. I do love the Malteser bars, or whatever they're called, you know, whenever they're out. But I think the ratio in that, there's a bit smaller and there's more chocolate there. And I don't know, it just seems to work. And they're quite small anyway. I think with these ones, as I say, you just get a bit, I don't know, it just overwhelms you too much, the truffle. I don't know, maybe it would do in the Malteser bar, I don't know, but I think just looking at it, I think I'm expecting it to be more prominent with the sort of the crunchy celebration-y, buttony bit here at the bottom, the crunchy bits. I just think that needs to be more prominent in it. And I think because it isn't, it's just detrimental to it. So it's a shame, but there you go. But still really nice. Still a 4.5 out of 5. Still amazing, but just not quite the pinnacle of perfection that I was hoping. Really, of the marriage of two of the best, best mainstream chocolates out there. Really, yeah. I was just expecting more of a marriage of the two of the best mainstream chocolates out there. You know, yeah, I will say best mainstream, but you know what I mean. Just two really exciting, different, the ones that you go to if you see a set of the chocolates sometimes, you know, the celebrations, you always go to them, and the Malteser ones are very special and so different than the sort of chocolates they're based on, but still having the same characteristics. You know, they've done a great job with those two chocolates and merging them together. I expected possibly, literally a marriage made in heaven, something that's just perfect, and but unfortunately they've just got the ratios slightly wrong, and I don't know what they can do to fix it because they marketed them as truffles. So if they reduce the truffle amount, they become less of a truffle. So they've kind of, a bit of a shame. But I still really like them. I just feel really frustrated that they've not quite got the ratios right, and there's just not enough crunch there. It's a real shame. I think they've tried to. I think they've just not looked at it. They've not tasted it enough. They've not had people tasting them because the truffle is such a strong taste. You don't need as much of it as you do the sort of the crunchy bits, the bits that are sort of similar to the buttons, and the celebration taste, the teaser bar. You don't need as much of the truffle, because it's such a prominent taste. Yeah, so it's a real shame, So it's a real shame that they've just not quite got it right, and it's really frustrating. But it's still really, really, really nice. They're just not quite as perfect as they could have been. So yeah, a real shame there. It breaks my heart almost, to be honest with you, because I don't know how they can fix it because they've branded them as truffles. I don't know if they could get away with reducing the amount of truffle in them. Maybe they could, but then people might be complaining that they're not really truffly enough. Maybe some people love the truffle, but to be honest with you, you could just fill them all with truffle, couldn't you, to have the truffles? Why they've kind of, I don't know, yeah. They've just added complexity that didn't need to be there. Just don't call it truffle, because you've got the Malteser bars, or whatever they're called. The Malteser bar, sorry. And that's not called a truffle, and it's just filled with truffle. There's none of the crunchy biscuit bits. So these aren't that, so they've just made it difficult It just made it difficult to fix, to sort. Maybe they could just get away with it, maybe they could. But they keep talking about truffle. So first little truffle, it's all about the truffle. Ooh, truffle in paradise. Something creamy, crunchy, truffly. Looking for truffle. They've just really emphasised the truffle. You know, yeah. So if you take away that truffle, you know, it's just, you know, don't know. It's their problem and they've got to sort. But unfortunately, I think it's easy for them not to sort it, which is a shame. But anyway, there we go. Need to change the ratios. See if you can do it, Mars, or whoever makes it. Okay, well, 4 out of 5. Hope you enjoyed that review. Thanks for watching, everyone. Follow me to subscribe to my channel, of course. Like my videos. Follow me on Instagram as well. And I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.